Shalom. All praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Now, as you can see here, it says UF, and then it says O, right? It says massive, the Esau making like a joke of it. It says massive Samsung drone show with colorful whirlwind lights mistaken for UFO, and passers-by cry, the men in black. All right, so pretty much, Samsung, the phone company or the digital company, they did like a light show by Canary Wharf, and they basically made using their drones and their technology, they made a UFO shaped a wheel within a wheel shaped display, and it shocked onlookers. Now, obviously, we know that they're doing it for their advertisement and whatnot, but it's the spirit, because why would they advertise? Why would they do an advertisement and do a UFO shaped advertisement, And it says it shocked the onlookers. So I'm going to read some of this, and I'm going to read some scriptures, because when the Lord returns, he's going to return in what they call UFOs, man. And he's going to shock the world, basically, and it ain't going to be little green men in the ships. It's the angels and the Lord himself. So let me read this here. Massive Samsung drone show with colorful wearing lights mistaken for UFO, and passers-by cry, call the men in black. Stunned Londoners got a close encounter of the drone kind as a spaceship appeared over the River Thames in Canary Wharf Wednesday night. Onlookers in the bustling London district were left speechless as it appeared a craft from outer space was landing on the waterway. And see, this is what it looked like as well. Also, it says onlookers said, "Call the men in black." All right. So these people would have been shocked and whatnot, and then obviously finding out it's an advertisement. But that's what the Lord's gonna do. He's really gonna come back, in a ship, a huge ship, and a host of innumerable ships with him, and he's gonna people are just gonna faint at the sight of him, man. Imagine these people were shocked at at this display. So imagine when they see a so-called black man on a huge ship coming from the space, man, from the outer elements. All right, so we know it's just an advertisement for Samsung, but it says bright lights lit up the sky, taking the audience on a journey through a solar system with a series of colorful celestial scenes. Let me keep reading it through here. Passers-by could be forgiven for thinking it was going to be their first encounter with another life form. Well, guess what? When the real ships come, if you ain't deemed to be delivered and you're not an Israelite, you're going to be zapped. Esau, the so-called white man, and the other nation, they're just going to be getting zapped by the ships, and the buildings are going to be being destroyed. Canary Wharf itself is going to be toppled. All these city buildings, they're going to be toppled. All right? So let me keep reading it here, what it says here. It says encounter of another life form, but it was one of the UK's biggest ever private drone displays to mark Samsung's largest launch yet, with the flagship Galaxy S24. I mean, that's what they were doing. They were just advertising their new technology. And, but we've said this for years. Esau will do things like this. He will do drone displays of ships, Project Bluebeam of the second coming, things of that nature. We know, that's Esau's thing. You see? So let me read this here. Salakia. It says, passerby James Carr posted on X close encounters of the London kind. Spaceship in London this eve. Call the men in black. While another, Joe Jones, welcomed our new robot overlords on a social media platform after seeing the show in the sky. Right, so, I mean, that's it. That's pretty much the point. Samsung did a display pretty much, but they did this over the city of London. They made a display of a so-called a wheel within a wheel, all right? And the public at first didn't know basically what it was. Basically, they thought it was real, all right? And to be honest, if you look at it here, it pretty much kind of looks real. But that's Esau with his wonders, man. That's Esau with his wonders. But when the Lord really comes back, he's coming back with judgment and destruction, all right? He ain't coming. It ain't gonna be a. Well, it's gonna be a display, but it's gonna be a display. Then you're gonna be getting zapped. All right. So this is Psalm 68 and 17. It says, "The chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place." Yeah. So it's not a coincidence that Esau's doing. In Esau's media recently, the chariots have been being spoken about recently quite a lot. They keep bringing them up, whether it's in America, whether it's in the UK, and it just flies over people's heads. The army talking about they're encountering UFOs, moving at the speed of light, or plane pilots are seeing ships. So these chariots are being seen. But this is what the angels, this is what Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls the J word, and the angels dwell in. All right. So, and they're so-called black men, by the way. So the world isn't going to be in for a shock. So it's no coincidence that companies like Samsung are doing displays like this. It's the spirit, man. So it says, "The chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place." All right. So the chariots of the Lord are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So there's an innumerable amount of them. And that is what the Lord himself is going to return in, all right, who the world ignorantly calls the J word. Oh, but also I wanted to go into here, and I've got another article that I saw here, and it's Dan Aykroyd from the movie Ghostbusters, and he talks on Fox News about basically, his encounters with chariots. And we know Dan Aykroyd, he was in the movie Ghostbusters, which is a pretty spiritual movie. It's basically the spirit realm. I get rid of this stupid advert, man. It's basically like the spirit realm opening up, basically, in New York, and all kind of demons funneling through those portals. But even Dan Aykroyd is the spirit. The Lord's made him see chariots. Let me read a bit of this here. Ghostbusters star Dan Aykroyd has described sightings of what he believes to be a UFO. The comedian claims he has spotted UFOs on 4 different occasions. The star detailed the moment he believes he saw a UFO outside his hotel in the interview with Fox News. He said the most spectacular one that I saw was about 50 feet away from me and on the 23rd floor of a hotel in Montreal. There were no lights at all. It was just a big grey object that looked like a Macy's Day Parade balloon. And this is Dan Aykroyd from the movie Ghostbusters. So, it's a spirit that he
is going to receive a classified UFO briefing. You said you've seen 4 of them. Tell us more about it.
Well, the most spectacular one that I saw was about 50 feet away from me and at the 23rd floor of a hotel in Montreal. There were no lights at all. It was just a big gray object. It looked like the Macy's Day Parade balloon. Of course, there was no balloon there in Montreal in February when I saw it. And my friend and I were sitting there, and she looked up and said, "What's that?" We looked out the window, and there was this big gray object, 100 feet long, 50 feet high, with it looked like a bunch of grapes underneath it, and it just sat there, and we got a good look at it for about maybe a minute and a half, and then it kind of turned slowly, no sound, and it just drifted off. We ran out into the hall and saw it drift over the St. Lawrence River. Now, that thing was not a helicopter, was not a meteoric bolide, was not any kind of aircraft. It was right there, present right in front of us. Whether it was occupied or not, who's operating it, I don't know. I can't say that, but I know what I saw, and I know I had a witness with me, and I know that was a very vivid sighting.
He said, "I don't know who's operating it." That's lucky, man. He's stupid. These adverts pop up. But anyway, you heard what Dan Aykroyd said there. He said, "I don't know who's operating it, but I know what I saw," basically. So he saw chariots, man. And like we always bring it out, we know who's operating them. Yahweh Shai and the angels, all right? Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, and the angels operate those chariots, man. You see? Let me read this here, Isaiah 66. And they're basically the so-called UFOs are biblical. And it's the spirit that the Lord made, Dan Aykroyd himself see one also. So let me Isaiah 66, and you see some of those newscasters. A lot of them newscasters are like goyim, man. They're like goyim. They're sitting there, basically they have to report what they're told, basically. But they're like goyim, man. You know, some of them newscasters, they don't know. They think this is like, you look at their spirit. They think that it's like crazy what they're reporting. And then some of them are also in the know. We know that. You know, but let me read this here. Isaiah 66:15. It says, because Dan Aykroyd said he doesn't know who's operating them, but you know, he knows what he saw. So this is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And that's how Yahweh Shai is coming back with his chariots. All right, like a whirlwind, like it says. So he's coming back in a huge ship, like Ezra saw. All right, and an innumerable host of angels with him. It says Michael, Raphael, Uriel, the war angels are coming with him also, and a host of other innumerable angels. So it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. All right, because the Lord's coming back angry. See, those UFOs. See, right now people are the Lord's making them be seen. They're getting sightings. You know, it's being talked about a lot in Esau's media. You know, but what you don't know is that they're coming back to actually, you know, like in a war of the world spirit, to zap shit, man, to destroy buildings, to destroy this kingdom, the so-called white man's kingdom. The sightings of the chariots are a sign of Esau's kingdom going down, man. You know, so it says, and it says, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right, and this is what's getting ready to happen. The slain. What does slain mean? The dead of the Lord, man. Because what did Yahweh Shai say? Those mine enemies that would not have me reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me. That's the so-called white man, 2/3 of our people, the other nations, the heathen nations. So the Lord's gonna be doing a lot of judging. All right, Yahweh Shai and the angels gonna be doing a hell of a lot of judging, man. A lot of destruction is gonna be taking place, and the chariots are a big part of that. So the sightings of the UFOs, or what the so-called white man calls UFOs, all right, they are basically signs of your end, man. All right, they're signs of your end, Esau. So let me read this here. So it's the spirit that Samsung's doing UFO displays, so-called UFO displays. You know, Dan Aykroyd, that was like a week ago. He was talking on Fox News saying he himself has seen chariots. And you can tell he meant that, because he even said, you can even hear what he said. He said, he goes, I know what I saw, basically. So because people will try and make people out to be crazies for saying these kind of things. But he said, I know what I saw. So anyway, let me read this here. It says 2 Thessalonians 1:6, seeing it is a righteous thing with a power with Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And who's troubled us, man? Who's troubled us in this world? The so-called white man. These Edomites. They're known as the biblical nation of Edom. They've troubled our people, man. They enslave us. You know, they've enslaved us. They've raped, robbed, and murdered us. They pass oppressive laws in their societies to where we can't get anywhere. We're forever at the bottom. They keep our people in a perpetual confusion. But this is a topic for another time. But this is what the Lord is going to do. To seeing is a righteous thing with a Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, all right? Which is the hopeful elect, the brothers that believe. Because the majority of our people, they're lost, as we say, in the source of this kingdom, man. They love this society. You know, they don't want to see this place go down, man. So who's troubled? The hopeful elect are troubled. The hopeful elect are the ones that are troubled, all right? We're the ones that are like sighing and crying, all right? So it says, rest with us. It says, when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. See, that's what we've been mentioning. How is the Lord going to be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels? In the UFOs, man, or what the white man calls the UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel. All right, revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the power and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai, who shall be punished with an everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. So that's the ships. When the Lord returns with the ships, he's going to be zapping people with fire from the ships. You know, fire from his hands, man, his spiritual power zapping people, man. And the ships, they're going to do two things. They're going to deliver the elect from out of America and from various parts of the world where the brothers that believe are, the brothers and sisters that believe and their families, the Lord's going to beam them up, deliver them. All right, that's the rapture. And then also in his delivering, he's also going to be destroying the wicked, which is the non-believers, which is Esau, the so-called white man, 2/3 of our own people. The Lord's going to be doing two things with those ships, destroying and delivering. So, it's all the spirit anyway that these things are, these ships are being talked about, man. So, with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect Arkim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Shalom, shalom.